Okay, let's look at factoring a quadratic with leading coefficient of 1. The idea when you factor a quadratic that has three terms is to turn that into the product of two binomial expressions multiplied together. So when the leading coefficient of 1, that just means you're going to start with an x squared or a z squared or something like that. So it's not like going to be a 4z squared. It's just going to be 1z squared. If that's the case, I would start by writing the first term of each binomial with a z, because we want, when we FOIL this out or multiply this out, to get z times z to be my z squared term. Now we have to figure out what two numbers are going to go here and here. I'm going to call them m and n, and we want to find two numbers m and n such that when we multiply them together we get the product of -10. Because remember, when we FOIL, one of the last things we do is multiply these two coefficients together, and we'd want that to be -10. At the same time, we would want the sum of those two numbers to add to the middle term coefficient 3. So it takes a little guessing and checking, and you want to just have some decent arithmetic skills to hopefully get to this faster, and it gets better with practice. But if you think about it, two numbers that multiply to make -10 and adds to 3 would be a +5 multiplied by a -2. That multiplies to -10, and if you do 5 plus -2, you get 3. So all we have to do is put a +5 in one of the terms, and the other term would be a -2. And I would always check by FOILing that back out. So if I do z times z, that's z squared. Z times -2 is -2z. Then I have a +5z in the middle, and then 5 times -2 is -10. And if you add the like terms, you get z squared. Those add up to be +3z, and then -10. That checks out perfectly with the original. So that is how you would factor with the leading coefficient of 1. Good luck.